Achoo! Achoo! Yo, y'all, listen, you could probably tell from that last gesture that I don't have a cold, all right? But the truth is, you probably don't have what you think is a cold either. And we're going to talk about that coming up on this edition of Maddie's Rap, because today's date is Thursday, October 19th, 2023. And all around these United States, we're about to start hitting the winter, okay? All right? Now, I got to tell you, before I go to the break, there is a guy that you all need to follow or subscribe to. He's my favorite weather person anywhere, television, streaming media, social media, the internet, whatever. He's my favorite weather person. Everything I've ever seen him put out has hit the nail on the head, okay? He could take quite a few jobs if he wanted to go the network route, but I think he likes doing what he's doing. His name is Ryan Hall, and I'm going to link his, he's got 2 channels. I'm going to link both his channels in the description box. But Ryan said this is going to be an interesting winter, okay? And I haven't seen Ryan miss yet. So on this upcoming edition of Maddie's Rap, I'm going to talk to you about what I do to help stave off the sniffles or worse, okay? The sniffles or worse. I'm going to tell you what I do, and I'm going to share that with you, and hopefully you guys won't be walking around here doing what I did in the opening, which was some poor acting, okay? I don't have a cold, all right? I didn't catch a cold, and you probably didn't catch one either. We're going to be coming up. Hey, and speaking of that opening gesture, if you do happen to sneeze, don't do what you saw me do there, T. Don't. Yo, I'm in a giddy mood, y'all. Let me take a quick break. You are watching Maddie's Rap with author Matt D. Talford. Hello and welcome back to another edition of Maddie's Rap with author Matt D. Talford. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, baby. You know I love you. You know I love you. You guys are the wheels that help keep the vehicle rolling, all right? So I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. I don't wash my hands like that, okay? I don't. I promise you, I do not. That's not how I wash my hands, all right? My dog washes his paws like that, but that's not how I wash my hands, okay? So, listen, what I want to talk to you guys about today, and this should be a quick video, and my returning subscribers, you already know I know better than to say it's going to be a quick video. But I see no reason for this video to go longer than 10 minutes, so I'm gonna put myself to the test here. That winter cold that you think you caught last year, all right? I'm going to tell you how you caught it, okay? So let me not hold y'all. Let me cut straight to the chase, all right? I don't believe you caught that cold per se. I personally think you drank it or ate it. That's right. I'm going to say that again. I personally think that you drank or ate that cold that you are now blowing out your nose and spitting out your mouth. Yeah, we're going to get raw today. We're going to get raw because you need to hear it raw. Sometimes raw is better. Don't take that somewhere either. Some of y'all. Man, I'll tell you what. They need a gutter cleaning service. You know how them people go through and do the gutter cleaning? You know, they go around ringing doorbells or they do advertising. Hey, we can clean your gutters out. Some of y'all need to call them up and see if they got a service cleaning out that gutter that swirl around up in there. All right. All right, let's get on to it. Matt, what are you talking about when you said, I probably ate or drank that cold? Some of y'all are super sharp. Some of y'all are the kids. I know. Some of y'all were those kids that sat at the front of the classroom. Some of y'all were the kids that sat at the front of the classroom. I personally sat at both. I sat in the front when it was a class I liked. When it was a class that bored me, I would have sit in the back because that's where all the fun was happening, all right? Oh, come on, y'all. Some of y'all did the same stuff, all right? Anyway, so how did you drink or eat that cold? It's real simple. What are you blowing into that Kleenex or that toilet paper when you think you have a cold, or what we call the common cold? What are you blowing into there? Somebody, real quick. mucus. That is absolutely correct. You're blowing mucus in there. Well, guess what you are ingesting when you drink or eat dairy products? Yep, mucus. Mucus. Don't believe me? Now, this might be a little bit too raw for some of y'all, but I'm going to do it anyway. Fellas, and some of y'all ladies do it. Cute and fine as some of y'all are. Some of y'all got a little tomboy side where when your man ain't looking, y'all do the same stuff guys do. Some of y'all do. I've seen y'all. But y'all fine, so y'all get a pass, all right? Listen, if you were to do that and blow it out, I told y'all I was going to get raw today. I told y'all that. If you were to pull it from up in here, bring it back down into here, and expel it from there, what you're probably seeing expel looks a lot like when you crack an egg minus the yolk. In fact, in a lot of cases, it looks identical. That's because it's the same thing. So here's what happens. During the winter months, you have a lot less sunshine, so you got less vitamin D. And these days, they got even less than you would have had in yesteryear because they steady blowing them things up in the air, coming out of the back of them airplanes. You see them at night, and then the next morning, you see identical patchwork clouds like those happen in nature. We'll save that for another day, all right? But that's even making it worse because now you're getting even less sunlight during the winter, and the sun is your number one source of vitamin D. Your body absorbs it, it converts it into vitamin D, okay? And vitamin D is one of the most powerful antioxidants that you can have in your body. So, that aside, it is easier to come down with something in the winter because you don't have that built-in antioxidant that you get during the warmer months, okay? Unless you're in a place that is close to the equator, then you're getting it all year round. But for those of us that are, in North America and such, it's a little bit tougher during the winter months. And same if you're in the southern hemisphere, whatever. Anyway, so on to it. What is happening is that your ability to, the natural help that you get from nature in staving that stuff off is lessened during the winter months. And I mean, rightfully so, because you're supposed to be resting more during the winter. Summer is for play, winter is for sleep, right? Naturally speaking, we're talking natural circadian rhythms. Summer is for play, winter is for sleep. So the more you rest, the more you rebuild and recharge your immune system anyway. But a lot of us work the same way around the year, around the calendar. Summer or winter, it doesn't matter. You're working the same number of hours or whatever. So you're taxing your immune system a little bit more in the wintertime. Well, guess what? When you're ingesting that dairy, which is mucus, let me talk about mucus for just a moment. Mucus is something that is naturally produced by the body anyway, and it is a part of your own immune system. It's how the body helps to capture things that do not belong in it and escort them out of your body. Your mucus helps to do that. That's one of the things that it helps to do. But guess what? When you're putting foreign mucus in you, now you have an overload. And on top of that, anything that mucus has in it, you're bringing in, and now your body is working excessively to get rid of what's in that mucus, plus get rid of that excess mucus because that excess mucus slows your chi down, okay? So, real quick, that cold that you thought you caught, you just made the conditions more ripe for you to come down with these winter uglies, these winter bugs, okay? Because you have slowed your chi down, and on top of that, you're flooding, you're drinking stuff like milkshakes or, and listen, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me if you got a business out here doing this. You got other alternatives. You can go, they got plant-based things or whatever you can use. Don't get mad at me. I'm trying to help people out, okay? I'm trying to help people not get in their feelings or not getting their low vibrational fear because they came down with something in the wintertime. And 3 years ago, somebody said, oh, if you're doing the same thing you've been doing for the last 25, 30, 40 years, now it's CV. Go get tested. There's a lot of that going on right now, okay? And that needs to stop because you got people out there that are lowering their vibrations because of the fear that they might have something that is something same stuff they probably had 30, 40 years ago, okay? So if you want to lessen your chances of coming down with that winter bug, and this is an experiment. Actually, one of my siblings one of my brothers challenged me to this years ago. This was back in, I want to say 2005 maybe, 2004, 2003, somewhere. It's been a long time ago. He said, yo, man, I noticed he never caught colds. And I was like, yo, man, what are you doing, man? He's like, yo, man, I'm not drinking that milk and stuff like that. And I was like, really? That's all right. I can try that. Because, the company I worked at, they had free every type of beverage you want to get. You just go up and go to the break room and get it, whatever you wanted. And so, I developed a habit for coffee back in 2019. Well, 2000. 2000, I developed a habit for coffee. In 99, 2000, I started drinking coffee. And I swore when I was younger I would never do it because my parents seemed to be addicted to it. Like, we couldn't take a road trip without them stopping at a McDonald's every 60 miles to get another cup of coffee. I'm like, really? I just had one. But the era I came up in, you didn't talk back to your parents. You just sat there and just like, well, you never gonna get there, What'd you say back there? I ain't say nothing. I said I like long hair. Nah, you ain't lie either, because if you got caught in a lie, that was worse. Anyway, you just like, whatever, and I ain't say nothing. They knew you said something, but they just checking to see if you still had that respect factor. But anyway, let me get back to the subject matter. So I swore I would never drink coffee, and here I found myself working a 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. shift, and I'm like, okay, if I fall asleep on these phones while I'm doing this text up, after hours text up, that could be career limiting. So I started, I did the whole gateway thing in the coffee, right? I'd dump me a packet of hot chocolate in a cup, and I'd pour coffee in it and say, I'm not really drinking coffee. I'm drinking a mocha. It's not really coffee. I just put a little bit of coffee in it to get the caffeine, right? Like, who am I fooling? Eventually, I stopped with the hot cocoa, because if you got more than a few ingredients in that on that ingredients panel, it's probably a good idea not to put it in your body, because nature's ingredients are just one ingredient per item, okay? When you start getting into this processed stuff, you have multiple ingredients per item. That's not nature's way. That's not nature's way. Anyway, so I started drinking coffee, y'all, and then, here I am now, all of these years later. But anyway, back then, I would put milk in it because that's what I saw my parents do. And I just didn't think anything of it, but, I got that challenge. Hey, man, look, I don't get colds. This is what I do. So I said, all right, I'm going to try that. So I stopped in the winter. I just tried it one winter. I stopped drinking milk. I stopped eating cheese, minus pizza, because I got a thing with pizza. It's just difficult for me to give up. But all of the whole American cheese slices and all that stuff, I cut out like 90% of the dairy I was eating and drinking for like a 4-month period. And I noticed that was the first winter I didn't catch a cold. And I said, man, there's something to this. Now, I didn't even know about the whole, dairy and what dairy really was back then. I started watching documentaries and stuff and started listening to some of Dr. Sebi's work and blah, 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 blah. But fast forward, all these years later, every now and then I might play with some real butter or whatever, but it's got to be organic. But for the most part, y'all, everything I do on the dairy side is plant-based, with the exception of some occasional feta cheese and pizza when I want pizza. I got it, but it's got to be from a place that uses high-quality, premium Italian mozzarella. I don't play with this other part skin bull crap that you see from some of these major brands that I won't name, because I don't feel like hearing nothing out of y'all mouth talking about he's hurting their business. One dude, how many subscribers I got? Y'all go sit down. All right, right now. All right, always stay positive. So enough of the story time. Let's cut right to the chase. I would challenge you guys. It is, like I said, it's October the 19th. I would challenge you guys, from who's ever up on it. If you can do it, ride with me. And I cut my pizza down, way down in the winter months too, as well. I do, y'all. I got like a couple of slices left from the last pie I bought. I freeze mine, y'all. I get a whole pie, and then I don't eat like I did when I was younger. Me and my cousin would go buy a pie and split it and sit there and eat the whole pie. Like, he'd eat half, I'd eat half, and like it was nothing to it. I don't do it like that anymore. I might eat 2 slices, and then the rest of it, I'll individually wrap them in like wax paper or parchment paper, and then I'll put them in freezer bags, Ziploc, throw them in the freezer, and then, when I want a slice, I'll pull it out, put it in the oven on a low temperature, like maybe 285 to 300, and just let it heat up slow, thaw out slow, and then boom, it's eventually it's just as good as if I brought it home. So that's my little trick of the trade, but that's only with high quality, premium New York pizza. All right, now ain't none of this whole chain stuff. Nah, it's got to be New York pizza from reputable New York cats that use reputable quality ingredients. And they didn't listen. I'm not this is not a paid advertisement, but I'm a shout out. If you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, I gotta shout my boys out over at Lorenzo's Pizzeria. Y'all go check them out if you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. That to me is one of the best pies on the East Coast. Okay, and to me it rivals pie I mean, they're from New York. They're from New York. So I ain't gonna say it rivals whatever. I've gone back home to visit New York, blah, 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 and gotten pizza. And I'm like, man, you know what? I don't even want no pizza. I'll wait till I go back down south. So they really are all that. If you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, check out Lorenzo's Pizzeria and tell them Matt sent you. All right. And I don't get nothing for that. I'm just telling y'all that. This is not paid, whatever. I'm telling y'all that I use them. I eat there because they have the best cheese of any pizza I've had in the Charlotte area. They do. They do. Some people argue that they like the sauce better over here, this and that. Listen, it's a whole pie experience. The crust, the sauce, the cheese, it all goes together. You can't piecemeal it. Who got the best pie? To me, it's Lorenzo's. That's just me. Now, enough of that. From now through, it's October 19th, I would challenge you that from now through, let's say January 31st. Just see, y'all. I know you still got a whole nother month and maybe month to month and a half of winter before, the springtime comes around or whatever, Aries season, bring in a new life. But I would challenge you to just observe yourself. Cut the dairy down. Cut it out. Go plant-based. And I know it's hard with plant-based cheeses because they're not good. I don't do plant-based cheese anymore, except for one brand. And they make these American cheese slices that are plant-based. But even then, I don't eat a lot of that. Like, I don't. It's just, I'm not big on cheese anymore unless it's on a pizza or, I'm making a dish that I want to put some feta in. And I do the feta just because it is fermented. So it's like probiotic. I do it for the probiotic characteristics of it, or the probiotic nature of feta cheese. It's got the cultures in it, so it's good for your gut. And then even with that, I do sheep's milk. I don't do the cow's milk. So my feta cheese has got to be sheep. So I get I buy the feta cheese that's imported from like Greece or Italy or someplace over something extant. If it's got a stand on the end of it, or Croatia, if it's from the that region of the world over there, then I will do the Mediterranean or the Baltic region or something. Then I'll that's why I like my feta cheese. I don't even want it from over here, and I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all, because I mean you can't always trust what's in. Anyway, listen, food industry people, if y'all hear that and y'all don't like it, clean your game up, clean up your act, man. Clean up your act. We got too much food in America that y'all serve us readily, but it's banned in other countries. Why is that? It's not good enough for them, but it's good enough for us. What are y'all saying? Go sit down. Anyway, so from now until maybe January 31st, just don't do any dairy, no animal dairy products. Do plant-based, and they make some great plant-based coffee creamers for those of you that are coffee heads. You can get it in the almond milk brand. There's an oat milk brand that I like. That they sell at Whole Foods. I can't think of the brand right now. Maybe I'll put it in the description box by the end of this video or whatever. But you can do almond milk, you can do the oat milk, whatever. I don't do the soy. I don't think any woman should do. I mean, let me shut up, man, because it's gonna be some food industry people that don't like this. But y'all know what y'all doing, man. Stop it. It's over. It's over. The gig is up. Y'all stop, man. Y'all stop with what y'all doing. Okay, we know what's happening over here. But it's not that kind of video. I don't want to go in. So stop saying you caught a cold and start thinking, did I drink that cold? Did I eat that cold? So I talked about the dairy. I didn't talk about the sugar. Sugar immediately produces a mucus response in your body. I know, because I've done it. I've tried it myself. Sweets, as soon as I eat them, boom, your body's trying to get that out of there. When you get a heavy mucus production, like seconds, if not a minute or two after you've eaten something, that is your body telling you, this is not good for me. I don't want this in here. Okay? So when you get an overabundance of mucus in your body, now not only are you slowing down your chi, which is your life force, slowing down that immune system, because your body's working and grinding through that slow-moving mucus to try to get that stuff out of your body. Not only that, okay, not only are you doing that, but you're also you got to understand that is a breeding ground for bacteria, viruses, that kind of thing, whatever. So if you want to lessen those chances, you got to cut the mucus producing stuff. Your body already is going to produce mucus. If you go outside and inhale something, then your nose starts running or whatever. That's that histamine response, because your body's trying to get something out of it. That's natural. And guess what I do? Look, I keep it simple. I do the Benadryl for that. If I get a runny nose out of the blue, I know, okay, I inhaled something. Maybe I ingested something that my body didn't agree with and is trying to get it out. let me take this Benadryl to deal with the antihistamine. Let me block the histamine response, and then let me go to sleep. It's already gonna put you to sleep, and your body does your repair work when you go to sleep. When you hit that deep sleep, that's when your body's doing that repair work. That is why when you twist an ankle or something like that and it hurts, excruciating pain, whatever, you go to sleep and you wake up, it's sore, but it doesn't hurt the same as it did when you did it. It's because your body does the repair work when you go to sleep. I put this stuff in my book, From Fear to Faith, A Survivor's Story. These are the same, this stuff seems real simple, but these are the same principles I followed to help fight the C word out of my body. Same principles, okay? So, dairy, challenge yourself for the next 90 days to cut it out, okay? Challenge yourself for the next 90 days to cut it out. I'm in this challenge with you guys, okay? Sugar, challenge yourself. And I know coming around Thanksgiving time, it's going to be a little bit tougher. If you got to do it, that's fine. But get you a good detox tea that's going to flush your system out after. And don't plan to go anywhere for the next day. Get you a good detox tea that's going to pull the crap out of your system. Why? Because when you keep your bowels clean and clear and freely moving, it makes everything, that's what the majority of your immune system's in your gut. It is, okay? So when your gut is free flowing, you're going to be a lot less sick, so to speak, okay? You're going to be a lot less sluggish, all of that. Okay, family? So, sugar, cut it out. Ice cream, all of that dairy stuff, y'all. All of that animal dairy, cut it out for the next 90 days. And just observe. Just observe. That's all I'm asking you to do. Observe. If you still feel like you caught something, whatever, deal with it. But I promise you, it's probably going to be a lot less. That it takes me back to 2000, whatever year that was, 2001, 2002, whatever, when I got that challenge from my brother and took it. I've not looked back. If I seem like I've caught a cold, I know exactly how it happened. Immediately, I think, what did I eat today? Darn it. Why did I do that? And then immediately, I start purging my system. I start cleansing my system. I drink plenty of water, and I start doing the detox teas or herbal tonics or whatever that will pull toxins out of my system, okay? Get plenty of sleep, too. Get plenty of sleep. Get plenty of rest, y'all. Get plenty of rest for these next 90 days. If you're tired, don't push yourself to stay awake. Go catch a nap. Go get some rest. If you're working from home and they ain't got you on one of them systems where you're tethered and you're like, oh, they can tell when you've been away from your computer too long, just go take your little 15-minute power nap, 20-minute power nap. Who's going to know? Who's going to know? I mean, hell, half the people working in corporate America don't sit there and do work for their whole 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day at work anyway. And I ain't talking about the nurses and people in healthcare. I'm talking about people that have office jobs. You checking your email, you checking your personal email, you checking your Facebook. I know how these games work. I know how they work. All right, so don't care. Y'all stop fronting like you sitting there working the whole time when you're not. All right, stop fronting. Take a nap if you're tired. Take your little power nap. Your body will thank you. Okay, and last but not least, y'all understand this one thing. See, I told you I shouldn't have said short. I should know better. Anyway, last but not least, I want y'all to remember this one thing. This right here, doing this, I want it to look like I'm in there, but I'm not really in there. But I want it to look like I am. Anyway, in the wintertime, and honestly, y'all, I still haven't figured out if this is your body's way of making itself stronger by introducing a little bit of whatever's out in that season into your body so it can deal with it. I don't know if that's how it works. There's a theory in my mind that says, okay, this has to happen so your body gets a little bit of whatever's in the environment inside of it so it can figure out how to combat it. But I don't know. But this right here, it happens every winter because what happens is you get them little hard jammies up in there and you want to go in there and pull them out. Well, guess what? When you're not washing your hands on a regular basis in the winter, it's super important to do that anyway. And I'm big on washing hands, y'all. That's why I have to keep extra moisturizer for my hands in the wintertime. It's just something I learned as in Army medic school, and just being a medic, we just trained to wash our hands at all times because you didn't know if you're going to be in a clinical environment or a field environment. But either way, if you're working with a patient, you want clean hands, you want to be gloved, whatever. So I just got in the habit of I probably overwash my hands, to be honest, y'all. But anyway, keep your hands washed because you are inevitably going to pick your nose in the winter. Why? Because you get them little hard jammies in there that make it hard to breathe, and you want to go in there and clear it out. Well, guess what happens? Anything you got on your fingers or under your nail, you're introducing it into your nasal lining. So that is another way that nobody talks about that you, quote unquote, catch bugs. You catch it because you put it right in your nasal lining by picking your nose. So if you can, and I ain't telling y'all to go in there with something else. Don't try to go get no sterile device and pick your nose. All right, me picking nothing up in there. You all up in your brain at that point. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Anyway, family. So if you can do those 3 things, just challenge yourself for the next 90 days. We're getting ready to get out of the fall months. I mean, we're about in the mid-fall now because we've left. Actually, we're in the Libra. But we're still in Libra season. Libra is a cardinal sign, so it kicks off the fall. We're going to move from Libra to Scorpio season. And then from Scorpio season, we're going to move into Sagittarius. So we still got another, we probably got another, 60 days or so of fall, maybe 30, I don't know. Well, not 60 because we only got about 60 days left in the year. But maybe we got another, I don't know. Anyway, Sagittarius season is the end of fall, and the official beginning of winter kicks off with the winter solstice on the first day of Capricorn season, which is December 22nd. So y'all make sure that for the next 90 days, challenge yourself. Say, you know what? I can do this for 30 days. For 90 days, I can put aside dairy. I can put aside animal dairy. I'll go plant-based if I want the same type of effect. I'm going to cut down on the sugar. Maybe I want to eat some pie or something, the holiday season or whatever. Maybe I want to do, but I want to be very mindful about how much of it I'm eating, and I want to be mindful to make sure that I'm hydrating and flushing and keeping the water in my body flowing. Stagnant water, when you see stagnant water in nature, it's got a bunch of flies and gnats around it, right? But when you see flowing water, it looks clean, clear, beautiful, looks almost safe enough to drink without even filtering, okay? It's the same inside your body. Stagnant water is going to have internal flies and gnats, okay? But if you keep that water flowing inside your body, I've already given you the example. So you got to stay hydrated. It is just as important to stay hydrated in the winter as it is in the summer. It's just for different reasons. Summer, you can get dehydrated from because you're losing more water in the summer. But in the winter, you have to stay hydrated so that you're moving things through your body so you're not getting this stagnation of energy and stagnation of water inside your body. Stagnant water becomes rancid, okay? Inside your body and out. As above, so below. As within, so without. Remember that. So for the next 90 days, cut back on the dairy. Cut it out. Challenge yourself to cut it out. No dairy for the next 90 days. If you're a real gangster, you're a real soldier, cut the sweets out for the next 90 days. Anyway, I'm telling y'all to do something that if my mom make a sweet potato pie, y'all, I gotta have some. People who can make a sweet potato pie, you don't say no to that. It just is what it is, because not everybody can make one. People swear they can make a sweet potato pie. Or pumpkin, for those of you if that's your vice. I don't do the pumpkin pie, whatever. I'm a sweet potato pie dude, whatever. But, people like to make them desserts in the wintertime. I get it. If you can cut it out, if you can avoid it, do. If you cannot avoid it, make sure you're drinking plenty of water and staying hydrated, okay? And then last but not least, be mindful of picking your nose. Be mindful of that and understand what comes with that. Last pro tip, change those air filters in your house on a monthly basis. Make sure you got clean air flowing through your house. So change those air filters on a monthly basis. And y'all check out Ryan Hall to know what is happening, what's coming up in your area weather-wise. He's better than any weather person I've seen on any network. And Ryan don't even know me, y'all. Ryan does not know me as of the time of this video. So I'm not doing a plug for him because I'm getting something out of it. I'm just telling y'all what Matt does, what works for Matt. Everybody got something that works for them. People share. We here to share. Y'all got some tips that work for you? Put them in the comments because I like y'all teach me too. Y'all teach me all the time. So that's all I got, family. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like being entertained, educated, uplifted, inspired, hit that subscribe button, y'all, because that's all I do over here. That is all I do over here, okay? And last but not least, I'm an award-winning author, y'all, and I love it when people read what I wrote, and I like it even more when they drop a comment or write a review on Amazon, on Goodreads, or in Apple, iTunes, or iBooks, or whatever. I'm an award-winning author, also an audiobook narrator. I've narrated my own audiobook, From Fear to Faith, The Survivor Story. That is available across 3 different platforms: print, electronic, as in ebook, and audiobook, okay? And then my other books, Captain's Mate and Stuck in an Elevator, they're available in print and ebook format. So y'all check me out. You can click links in the description box below to read synopses of these books and see why I'm an award-winning author and why I've got so many 5-star reviews on my books, okay? All right, family, I'll end this video like I end them all. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is a verb. It is a noun as well, but when we focus on the verb, the noun always takes care of itself. Peace, man.